Okay, what is up guys? Today I'll be showing you an order block strategy rule that I've been using throughout the past few months that have helped me to get better entries on my order blocks and to actually have high probability and I'll be showing that to you today. So the first thing an order done is the basis of an actual order block, of an actual valid order block. So what I define as a valid order block is essentially where you have a bit of liquidity formed. So maybe some sort of consolidation was formed before that, and then we have a sweep of the highs or the lows in any case, but price sweeps out this liquidity, and then after doing that, it comes back down to sweep the lower side of the liquidity. And now what this happens is that what the banks do, first they create liquidity to accumulate retailers and other traders into placing positions, and then they sweep them out, they take them out, so they actually buy to sell. So what they do is that they buy up the market to take out liquidity and they sell immediately after that. And that actually is my definition of a valid order block. So I'm looking for entries at order blocks that are above this first they create a zone here within this range. This is what I'm looking at, because this was the manipulation phase where price actually took out that liquidity. So this is what I'm looking. I'll be looking for my main order blocks in this area, and 99% of the time you usually see that price comes back into this area and taps to order block and then starts trending downwards. Obviously, I don't really take the entry just off of this. Usually I'll just wait for another breaker structure below this, and then I'll wait for another entry at this order block here. And that's how I usually get my refined entries. But I think it's better just to show you on this chart. But yeah, you have to find out your moment of consolidation and your moment where price actually manipulates out that liquidity that was created. And that is what I validate as a valid order block. I'm just going to show you on the chart, and it's just some of the things that I already sent out to the Discord chat. So the first thing that I saw was on GBJPY is that price already created this actual sort of bit of consolidation. As you can see, I created a bit of consolidation, some trend liquidity also being formed there, and as you can see, price came above and took them out just like this. They bought and then they sold down the market. So they bought the market up just to sell down. So in this area, I'm looking for my order block. So this entire area, I'm already looking for a valid order block. I'm not looking anywhere below this. I'm looking for order blocks in this area right here. My main area is in this area. So I get down, I'll get further into that later on. But after that, I knew that a lot of retailers, obviously, once they see a break above, a break below a low, they're looking already to start selling and start selling out of FOMO and everything. So as you can see here, price really manipulated well here. You create some bit of support. So we know that retailers are looking to start buying from this area because seeing it as like a double bottom. So this already, we can see the price starting to manipulate. And then what this tries to do, it takes them out immediately with these high volume selling down candles. Then again, enticing retailers into selling the market down off of this breakout. And what I do after that, I just see that as liquidity. So I see that liquidity has been stripped. So now I'm looking for my order block within this area. So I'm looking for my order block within that area. And as you can see, price then again created some liquidity of the highs, creating a resistance zone. And now I know that there's a lot of retailers also trying to sell down the market. So that's what I'm looking to buy now, because I want to buy off of their stop losses. So as you can see here, I identified this order block is this unmitigated order block, because right here we had this, and we had this mitigated order block right over here. Price then tapped into this order block. Obviously, I didn't take the entry just off of this. I wanted to see a bit of entry, and even as you can see here, what did price even do here? Price created a bit more liquidity after that. As you can see, price created a bit more liquidity, and that then again got taken out. So now I'm looking at this main order. Now this becomes my main order block. Now I'm looking at this order block because it's a very high probable setup now, because now this has taken liquidity of the lows, tapped into a previous demand, and it's taking liquidity of the highs. So this is a prime setup that I'm looking at now. So I'm looking to enter for this, and now I just have to wait patiently. Obviously, price does all this manipulation, causes other demand blocks looking like it's gonna buy from this demand block. Obviously, in the end, price comes and taps in right in here, and then my entries are over there. And I already sent this out to my Discord chat, my web members. But as you can see, just targeting back up to this supply zone that was within my manipulation zone for my higher time frame 1 hour supply. As you can see, price tapped us in, and then immediately after that, price started moving up. And now we've added another entry also. So what does price do now? It creates even more liquidity, and this is actually a different type of liquidity that not a lot of SMC traders actually talk about, but it's actually the chart pattern liquidity. So as you can see, I have a double, head and shoulders pattern. So we know that there's retailers just selling right now. So we know that right here, as you can see, price created this minor support here. People might have just been buying over here just because they saw the wick rejection off of the support, and also retailers that are just selling over this left shoulder. So we know we have a lot of orders that are just accumulating in this one area here and in this one area here. Okay, that's very ugly. Wow. So now we're looking for our entries. Obviously, this demand didn't get tapped into. That's okay. But what does price do now? Price creates a change of character. As soon as I saw the change of character, I looked just below it and I saw that there was minor support that was actually created. As you can see, there was a minor support here that was created, and that also got taken out by this candle here. And now within this area, once again, as I said, I'm looking for my order blocks. I marked it out as my manipulation phase, and I'm looking for an order block. And as I can see right here, I have a beautiful order block right here. As you can see, this indecision candle and this main candle right over here. So I'm looking to enter over these areas. Price breaks above, and what happens? It manipulates even more. It creates some sort of double bottom, enticing more retailers to get into the market. As soon as you can see, they get taken out immediately. And as you can see, we have a nice entry there for 1 to 30 trade with the same target as this right here. As you can see, TP was smashed. A beautiful trade that we're in just a few weeks back, but it was a beautiful trade. So it's just using the simple main concept of just knowing liquidity is gained, put into the market, then taken out, and they were just looking for the order block that was within that manipulation phase. And you can see that it works time and time again. Even you can go onto your chart, just look at your chart and just look for areas where price creates some sort of trend line, even price creates some sort of trend line, and then breaks that trend line, and then breaks above that trend line once again. And then you'll see within this area, price will come and find some sort of demand zone and then start buying for that demand zone. Because in retrospect, theoretically, price just wants to, what they do is that they sold down the market to take out the liquidity, and after that, they sold down, they bought the market. So right here, the market makes already in drawdown in this move because they already sold down. So they close off, they didn't fully close off their sell positions, and they just bought the market up. So now they came back to close their sell positions at break even, and that's when they were able to fully start buying the market. And this is just the theory that just has and holds actually within this market. So you can see they're beautiful trades. And then now price comes back to our main 1 hour order block right here, where price manipulated the trend line, took them out, and we found this beautiful unmitigated 1 hour supply zone. As you can see right there, refined. Obviously, I didn't take the entry just off that manipulation, but then I was actually looking for a confirmation entry, but there was no entries after that, so that was fine. But I knew that what price was now just looking to take out was just this trend line liquidity that was now built up. Right over here, as you can see, we built up trend line liquidity, and price immediately took that out easily. And then once again, as you can see, another setup has formed right here. Price creates minor support, a minor consolidation phase, and then takes out the minor consolidation phase, takes out the lows, and then again takes the high. So they sold to buy, and now we're looking within this area where it actually manipulated to find our order block. And yeah, order block is, so we're not looking at any of these order blocks right here that were formed above this zone. We're just looking at the order blocks that were found right in this zone of manipulation. As you can see, price comes back into it. Obviously, there was a bit of consolidation there, but then as you can see, price just comes down perfectly and taps us in, creates even a bit of more trend line liquidity right here, takes that trend line liquidity out, and then we tap into a beautiful trade that we're looking to hold for quite a bit, and then actually they take profits. So a beautiful trade, and then as you can see, price just taps into a higher time frame supply zone. But that just shows how just waiting patiently for your entries and just looking for where prices create liquidity, seeing that get taken out, and then looking for that manipulation phase as I've indicated right here. We're looking for our order block only within those manipulation phases. We're not getting distracted by any of these other order blocks here that just form, because there will be multiple zones of demand that will be created, and you won't know which to enter from, and then now you just be staying limited all these random order blocks where you could just be waiting patiently for one order block that's within the manipulation zone, and then you can just get your entry for that, and then it's all the way to take profits. And if I can show you another example on ETJPY, I did send this out. Let me just find that entry, and we're just rinsing and repeating the same concept. We're not trying to complicate things too much. Okay, that was just something else I was going through with the Discord, but yeah, right over here, as you can see, price, what the price do here. It created a resistance zone, and right over that, it just created this major up candle, and then it sold down the market. So you can see, so here we're actually looking for order blocks. Obviously, there wasn't any order block here, so now we're just looking for order block within at least this entire range. So we're looking at this main order block now, because this is the order block that manipulated price of the highs and the lows. And now what we see here, we refine it down to this main order block right here, and I call a beautiful entry out over here. Actually, I didn't get this main entry. I just actually wait for confirmation entry right over there, and as you can see, price broke down perfectly, giving us a nice risk reward 1 to 10. But that's all we just use. That's the only order block rule that we actually use. We just have to keep everything simple, and you'll be profitable. And that is all.